What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Fantasy Puck video. I'm your host, Mike. Today's video is going to be on players to start, sit, and cut. I'll get into what each one means further into the video. Before we jump into this video, guys, make sure you leave a like. Let's go for 100 likes on this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you jump in the Discord, guys. I tried to shout it out on the YouTube channel to pick up Shane Ghost Despair, who I thought would be playing good power play minutes in Carolina, and he has paid off handsomely already. So if you're not in the Discord, make sure you jump in there. Link will be in the description below. You'll get a heads up on these players to add midway through the week. When I can't make a video, it'll all be active in there. Without further ado, let's jump in to the start, sit, or cut players video. Starting this video off with players I think you should be starting your lineup every single night. Evan Bouchard of the Edmonton Oilers. It is finally Evan Bouchard's season with Tyson Barrie traded over to Nashville. 63 games played this season for Bouchard, a very poor season, 21 points, just 5 points on the power play, and 125 shots. He still is upholding that solid shot volume, but he's just not been doing it for us this season. He was a really big sleeper here at Fantasy Puck. I was hoping that he would end up being power play one at some point in the season, and finally it's time. This Edmonton power play is so good. McDavid's on another level right now at about a 32% clip, first in the NHL, and it is confirmed he is the power play one quarterback. We've seen him flourish in the last two games for Edmonton on that top power play unit with a couple points. And it was so interesting to see as I was looking into Tyson Barrie. 28 out of his 43 points this season have been on the power play. Almost more than double his 5-on-5 points have been on the power play. So this just adds to the significant boost that we're going to see from Bouchard here. I'm thinking we can see a 50% increase in point production moving forward, especially with how good Edmonton is right now. They're literally dominating their opponents in goals for, but when Jack Campbell starts, they're losing games. It just seems to be the common theme this year. I think he could be a rest of season league winner. So if he is available in your league, make sure you add him as soon as possible. If not, try and make a trade for him if your trade deadline hasn't passed yet. Evan Bouchard should be in your lineup, rostered every single night moving forward. Moving on to one of my other favorite sleepers going into this season, Jake Debrusk of the Boston Bruins, left wing, right wing eligible, just 73% owned over on Yahoo. He's back, he's healthy, and he's back in his regular role, line one, power play one on this dominant Bruins team. He's playing 18 minutes per night, and that's not really a lot for some forwards, but he's playing really good minutes. Top six, power play one on a team that's just dominating offensively, not really allowing a lot defensively. So these are good 18 minutes. His 82 game pace right now, 36 goals, 35 assists, 255 shots. Very, very elite stats for someone that you can round out a roster with. He has hit a ton of career highs this year, but two notable: his time on ice, 1702 average time on ice this season. That's only going up since his return, and 11 shots per 60, a very elite rate. As you can see below, his 11 shots per 60 ranked 23rd amongst forwards, 1.56 goals per 60 ranks 25th amongst all forwards, and his 3.03 points per 60 ranks 46th amongst forwards. Maybe not the flashiest stats ever, but at someone that's 73% owned, I think he is definitely worth a start. He's been very good this season, one of my favorite sleepers. Boston doesn't seem to be slowing down at any point this year. So if you own Jake Debrusk, make sure you're starting him each and every week. Moving over now to players that I think you should be sitting in your lineup. And what I mean by sitting is maybe someone that's performed very well for you and you're not really sure what to do with them right now. And they may have seen a decrease in role or decrease in minutes. I don't think they're a drop yet, but could be down the road. I still think you should be holding them. Arturri Lehkonen is a great example of this. 56 games played, 42 points, 17 points in the power play, 130 shots and 80 hits. Pretty much doing everything for you stat-wise, and he is at all of his career highs this season, playing a big role in Colorado on that first line, and he's seen a ton of power play one. But now Colorado's getting healthy. We've seen Nichushkin back in the lineup now. Evan Rodriguez is back in the lineup now. McKinnon, Rantanen healthy. He's moved up power play one since Nichushkin's been back, and 17 of those 42 points this season have been on the power play. So there is a little bit of cause for concern here with him off the power play. His minutes are starting to decline. You saw those massive minutes earlier. Him and JT Compher were playing well over 20 minutes per night, but he's now down to about 15 to 18 minutes from 20 to 23. So there is a little bit of concern there, but he still has great deployment. He's still on line one with McKinnon and Nichushkin. He's been very good this season. The Colorado offense has been very hot, although defensively and their goaltending hasn't been good as of recent. I'm still holding Lehkonen where available. I did drop him in one of my leagues because I had to activate a couple of people off IR. But in 12 plus team leagues, he's definitely still rosterable. I would be sitting him. I wouldn't look to start him every night. For example, if you have to decide between Lehkonen or Debrusk is definitely the start over Lehkonen because he does get that power play 1 deployment. But I still think he's worth rostering, and you'll see in the next player, you probably have some questions about what I'm going to be doing with him. Moving on to the other player that I think you should be holding, Nikolaj Ehlers of the Winnipeg Jets, left wing, right wing eligible, 79% owned over on Yahoo. His ownership has been declining significantly recently. 27 games played this season, 5 goals, 22 points, 80 shots on goal, and 174 attempts. He's been firing the puck and he's been getting points, but as of recent, his minutes have been swaying a ton, and that's probably why you're starting to panic a little bit with Ehlers. And I'm going to tell you why I think you should be holding him. So he just returned from surgery, and he did quote saying that it's going to take a little bit more time, and his game has been struggling because of it. His minutes are all over the place. He's seen 10 minutes to 90 minutes per night. In those 90 minutes per night, he was power play 1, top 6 role. In those 10-minute games, he was basically being sat in the third period, not really playing a lot on the defensive end, and offensively, he just wasn't really doing it. So when he's not playing well offensively or defensively, he's just not going to play. And that's what we've seen right now with the Winnipeg Jets. So he's still getting top 6 minutes, and he has played some power play 1. It's just kind of all over the place with Ehlers, and you don't really know what to do with him. He still has a really, really elite shot rate, 11.2 shots per 60, one of the best in the league, and a career high 2.4 assists per 60, which is very good for someone who actually is known for his goal scoring. I'm holding Ehlers in my 12-plus team leagues. I think he just has way too much upside, and the Jets are going to have to rely on him to score some goals because they've been struggling quite a bit recently. I think with Niederreiter now in the lineup, it won't really hurt Ehlers that much. I think they've seen enough from Ehlers in the past to know that the upside is still there. They just need him to find his game again. So I'm still holding Ehlers. He's just way too good to be dropping. I'm going to be sitting him for the next couple matchups to kind of see what we're going to get from him. Knowing my luck, he's going to sit, score 2 goals, 5 shots, but it doesn't matter. I own Nikolaj Ehlers in a few leagues, so I'm just sitting him for right now and not really panicking. Moving on to the players I think you should be dropping. To no surprise, you're seeing Tyson Barrie here of the Nashville Predators. Kind of weird to say right now. 72% owned over on Yahoo. I was going to say Nashville. I don't know why I was thinking that. 63 games played this season, 11 goals, 44 points, 28 points in the power play, and 115 shots. That's all going to go downhill now that he's on Nashville. Nashville's power play, 18%, ranked 24th in the NHL, minus 14% from what we saw over in Edmonton. And as I said in the Evan Bouchard blurb, Tyson Barrie this season, 28 of his 44 points this season have been on the power play. And now he's going to a team where he's probably not going to be playing power play 1 over Roman Josi. And 5-on-5, he's just very bad. Look at his 5-on-5 peripherals. 5.2 shots per 60, ranked 57th amongst defensemen. 2.54 hits per 60, ranked 176th. And 3.71 blocks per 60, ranked 153 amongst defensemen. When Tyson Barrie is not on the power play 1, he is just not relevant in fantasy, and it's too late in the season to be holding someone that just doesn't have the same deployment that he did 2 weeks ago. Tyson Barrie, drop him, get him off your roster. There's just better defensemen available. I don't own him anywhere, but if I did, he would be off my roster within the next day or two, regardless of him scoring last night for Nashville. The final drop candidate in this video, someone that I actually root for, but just hasn't done it for me this year, Brock Boeser of the Vancouver Canucks. Right wing eligible only and 42% owned over on Yahoo. The right wing eligibility kind of scares me too, because I know right wing is a very full position compared to left wing, but at this late in the season, it doesn't really matter because most wingers have dual eligibility. 53 games played this season, 39 points, 12 points in the power play, and 118 shots. He is at a career low in minutes at 16:52 average time on ice, 7.9 shots per 60, another career low, and 0.8 goals per 60. A guy that's known for his goal scoring, a guy that's known for being on the power play and shooting the puck a lot, is not shooting the puck and is not scoring goals right now. There's a lot of concern here with Brock Boeser, but this entire Vancouver Canucks team is just an absolute disaster from management down to the players. At 5-on-5 this season for Boeser, 0.59 goals per 60, ranked 230 amongst forwards, 6.91 shots per 60, ranked 189. And maybe if he's not shooting, he's getting you hits, but he's not. 2.7 hits per 60, ranked 308. Brock Boeser is just not a rosterable player at this point in the season. You're better off getting someone that's just going to get you a bunch of hits like Frank Vatrano or Owen Tippett. Vancouver this year, 45% goals for percentage, ranked 24th out of 32. Not really a good team. And maybe if Boeser was on a better team like Carolina, he would be worth rostering, but not a good team. He's trending down. He's at a bunch of career lows. Move on from Boeser. Find someone else in the free agency. Owen Tippett, Frank Vatrano, Mangiapane, all good options right now. That'll do it for the start, sit, and cut players video. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.